This week on the LTU Sports Report, we get into all of the fall sports action and get to know some of our student athletes. We've got highlights from our women's volleyball team seeking their 8th straight win against Aquinas College, sit down with women's lacrosse coach Marianne Meltzer, and hit the gridiron for some Blue Devil football. Don't go anywhere because the LTU Sports Report starts right now.
LTU Sports Report is brought to you by Varsity Brands, elevating student experiences in sport, spirit, and achievement. The City of Southfield, the center of it all. Michigan First Credit Union, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.
Hey Blue Devil Nation, and welcome back to yet another episode of the LTU Sports Report. For the 10th year in a row, our institution has been recognized as one of the best in the Midwest by the Princeton Review. I'm your host and proud student, Jenna Skelski.
And I'm your host, Jason Ross Jr. Here on the LTU Sports Report, our athletes showcase the same kind of drive and competition that they have in the classroom out here on the field. Today we'll dive into a season preview of one of our teams that boasts 5 WAC championships, along with diving into highlights of our soccer, volleyball, and football team.
That's right, Jason. We also have a special feature for you guys on our women's lacrosse head coach, Marianne Meltzer, whose players are constantly recognized with conference and WAC Player of the Week honors.
Well, we only have 30 minutes, so let's get the ball rolling with bowling, one of our most decorated teams on campus.
We're looking forward to trying to win a national championship. It's trying to keep an eye on the prize. Our guys have worked hard all summer long. We've got some great recruits. We think we're stronger this year than ever before, and we're looking to go back.
I want to make it back to the TV finals and the national tournament, just like we did last year. We have the same core guys. We only lost one guy from graduation, so we should be able to make it happen again.
We've seen a lot of production out of our bench. Our 6th and 7th guys have bowled really well already. I see growth all the way across the team. I think they're more mature than last year. Judging from our first tournament, we had some tough situations we ran through, and we grinded them out and were able to finish on top.
We've been working a lot on spares. Spares are really important to our game. You don't want to give away free pins when you miss spares.
I'm looking forward to improvement because the ladies have gotten a lot better from last year.
I think this offseason we've worked a lot on our spare shooting, and it makes it really more fun when we go to our tournaments because then we do better. We just get more pumped and we get really loud when we're doing good. Just trying to make sure all the ladies are doing all their work and making sure they kind of put the work on the lanes by practicing shooting their spares and being more together.
It's just practice, practice, practice. And along with that is they know that it is because even in and out of season, they're working at it on their own. This is something that they love to do. So pushing harder by us isn't something we have to do. They're already doing it themselves. That's why they're here, and that's what they want to do. Just to continue to give the encouragement to keep them on the lanes, to keep them practicing, to keep them in shape so that they can go through the long season and make it through without the injuries.
My name is Maria Vega Hazas. I play at Lawrence Tech in the tennis team, and my major is biomedical engineering. My favorite TV show is Grey's Anatomy because I really like science and medicine, and that's why I think I like it. My favorite vacation spot is probably Hawaii because I love tropical places. Outside the court, I really like to do other sports like skiing, hiking. I also like to go out with my friends. So one of my favorite restaurants is Panera because it's one of the first places that I went when I came here last year, and I really liked it.
My name is Chris Briest. I'm an audio engineer, and I'm the director of the Audio Engineering Technology program at Lawrence Tech University. Well, I think a lot of people getting into this field are a little bit unsure of the possibilities and the outcomes that are available for them. They might feel intimidated by the cost and the time required to get a bachelor's and to go to school at a university like Lawrence Tech. They might feel unsure about the possible job outcomes.
I'm Hope Sheffield, and I'm a senior in the Lawrence Tech Audio Engineering Technology program. It turns out that this was a lot more than just producing music. It also had a lot of electronics courses. It was really the perfect combination of creativity and also being technical at the same time.
I'm Brandon Wheeler. I'm the manager of acoustics at Harman International for our car audio division, and I am a graduate of the Lawrence Tech audio program. I started actually as an instructor last year for the system integration class. So that was my first experience actually being an instructor, but I was obviously a student in the program for 4 years. So I think having some of that experience really helped me as an instructor, understanding what I felt I now know in the field and what I can bring to students now, hopefully going into the field in the future. But also some of the things I learned and I really wanted to reapply as well because I felt they were helpful.
When we first started the program, and there are very few in the country that encompassed not only studio work, but also all the university work that you'd get in a normal university environment. There is a wide variety of jobs they could do.
Audio engineering is vast as an industry, and as people become more aware of that, I think that helps build that sense of security that this is an industry that they can succeed in.
What's up, Blue Devils? I'm Chloe Godbold here at the Don Ritter Fieldhouse as our women's volleyball team gets ready to take on the Aquinas College Saints. Then coming up after the game, we will have more highlights for you from this game, and our women's golf team helps you out with your swing. We'll be right back.
Southfield truly is the ideal place to live, work, and play.
Well, it's a very exciting time in the city of Southfield. Great neighborhoods, great city services, and Fortune 500 companies. Southfield has something for everyone.
Recognized as Michigan's premier business address, home to world-class educational institutions, voted one of the nation's most livable metro area suburbs.
Southfield is the center of it all.
State Champs is Northern Michigan's home for football highlights. State Champs High School Sports Show. Your teams, your games, your highlights.
You do know you want a contest to spend the whole day with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just want to sit here and eat this delicious pizza?
We could do other things.
A little help?
That was the best day ever!
Some people will do anything for flavor. Now get a meal deal to fit any budget at the home of flavored crust.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Welcome back to the LTU Sports Report, everyone. Our women's volleyball team is currently on a 7-game winning streak and are looking to make it 8. Let's see if they can make it happen. Roll the highlights. In their second WAC game of the year, our ladies volleyball team was up against the Aquinas College Saints from Grand Rapids. The Blue Devils were off to a hot start in the first set with a 4-point lead. Last year's conference setter of the year, senior Christy Doherty, sets up fellow senior Varvara Gromakova for the powerful spike that will put LTU up 10-5. Game point now for the home team, and it was the duo of Doherty and Gromakova, again as the Saints cannot return the ball, and the Blue Devils take the first set 25-16. Third set now, tied at 1 apiece after Aquinas won the second. Tied up at 19 points, the ladies were looking to take the lead. No surprise here as Doherty sets up Jess Lodge for one of her 11 kills of the night. However, Aquinas would come back to win the third set. Down 2-1, the Blue Devils needed a spark here to even it up. Some good back and forth, but it would be the junior libero Shelby Rash setting up Lodge as she gets it to fall once again. The junior makes it 24-20, and the ladies would get the next point to win the set. In the fifth and final set, up to 15 now, LTU up 12-8 and running away with it as Doherty finds seniors Zakia Hunt, who blasted through the AQ front line for the point. LTU pulls off the come-from-behind win, finishing the fifth set 15-11. This is the 8th straight win for the women's volleyball team as they now stand at 11-1 overall and 3-0 in WAC play. Doherty led the way with an incredible 39 assists on the night, while Isabel McDonald had a team-high 14 kills to help capture the win for the ladies.
I think part of it is we have to play what we've always done. They always want to play the score instead of point, next point, next point, next point, next point. And we got caught in a trap there. We played the score, and then the anxiety went up, then the pressure went up, and they were relentless on the serving line, so they didn't give us an inch. So that was the big message, is to get back to point after point after point. Don't worry about the last one. Don't worry about the next one. Go get that point, then the next point, then the next point. So
he just said we need to come out strong and just think of this as any other set, take a deep breath, and just play our game. I think just perseverance and fighting through everything. We have conditioned our bodies to do this, and our minds are just following as well.
Tonight we just wanted to come in, play hard, have a lot of energy. This is our house. We had to defend it, and we came through. Everyone was so excited. We hadn't beaten them. We got beat 3 times by them last year, so we were really pumped to come out with a win today.
Hi, I'm Rachel Christian. I'm on the women's golf team, and today I'll be teaching you how to hit a driver. First steps first is you want everything to be at ease. So you want to all rotate with your hips. So you're going to kind of come back and do this. You kind of want a little power V going on within your arms. And then when you come back through, you just want to send your back hip forward and follow through with your arms. You don't want any arm motion going on. You basically want it all hips and let the arms follow through. So you'll do like one step and you'll be up here. Then you just go, you get through. And you just send the ball. And that's how you do it. Hey, I'm Rachel, and this is the golf tip of the week.
Welcome back, Blue Devil fans. Dylan Morello here at the LTU Athletic Field, where the women's soccer team is taking on Rochester College. After the break, we'll take a look at how the game went down and also get a season preview of the women's lacrosse team. We'll be right back.
Talking about finances can be confusing, difficult, scary, murky even. But it doesn't have to be with Money Mentor by Michigan First Credit Union on your side. More than 90 years ago, Michigan First was founded on the principle of putting education first. Today, Money Mentor continues that tradition because affording the lifestyle you want isn't always easy. Check us out at MichiganFirstMoneyMentor.com or follow us on social media for tips, tricks, blogs, and videos today.
You sit on the sidelines, but your heart is running across that field. His drive becomes yours, his dreams too. So when a torn ACL and concussion threaten those dreams, choose the sports medicine team that treats the whole athlete. Henry Ford Health System. We combine the most innovative technology with a personalized treatment plan so he can get back his confidence. And you can get back to being his biggest fan. Henry Ford Health System. All for you.
So you want to work out, and you're curious about supplements, but don't know where to start. All you have to do is, you're already done. With the Benefit Box, you get full-size supplements customized to you and tailored to your fitness goals. With easy-to-use instructions delivered right to your front door. Visit www.thebenefitbox.com to get started on building your box and you today.
I chose Lawrence Tech for the architecture program and volleyball team. Architecture is a great fit for me because I love math and design. Now I combine them with technology to create beautiful structures. At Lawrence Tech, I didn't have to wait until my 3rd year to start designing. Our hands-on education begins right from day one. And I'm really excited about LTU's Design Center in Detroit. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Welcome back, everybody. The women's soccer team is looking for their 5th straight win at home to continue their undefeated stretch at Blue Devils Stadium. Let's roll the highlights and see if the ladies pulled it off.
In their first conference game of the year, our 4-2 women's soccer team was set to take on the Warriors from Rochester University. After taking down number 8 ranked Spring Arbor last week, the ladies were looking for their 5th straight home win at Blue Devil Stadium. Just 15 minutes into the game, the Blue Devils would strike first as the Warrior defense attempts to clear a good center ball from Allie Neibauer, but sophomore Madison Bologna is there to send it right back and past the goalkeeper. LTU up 1-0. Later on, star freshman Deanna Hill would line up for the penalty kick opportunity. Her shot would find the back of the net despite the deflection by the Rochester keeper. Blue Devils now up a pair. Just a couple minutes later, the ladies were not holding back as Hill lets off a cannon shot that is blocked but would fall just in front of the Warrior net, and Dalia Jarosik is there to tap it in for the goal. The freshman phenom and last week's WAC Defensive Player of the Week puts LTU up 3-0. The Blue Devils would go up 5-0 at the half thanks to a pair of goals from junior Caitlin Mather, including this beauty of a header off the nice pass from fellow junior Alexis Barnes. Not letting off the gas in the second frame were the ladies in blue and white as Neibauer plays a great lead ball to Mather, who finishes the play for the hat trick. Her 8th goal of the season puts LTU up 6-0. The women's soccer team makes a statement in their conference opener as they would go on to defeat Rochester 9-0 for their 5th straight home win. An impressive start to the season as the ladies now stand at 5-2 overall.
When you look at how we play this year versus last year, just the system is a little bit different. I think that really helps us. We get a lot of attacking out in the back. I mean, first 20 minutes, I think all I saw was Allie Neibauer just bombing forward and causing them all sorts of problems. I mean, that was a massive factor in the game, even before we really started putting the ball away. So it's just more of an attacking-minded way of playing the game, and things seem to be going our way that they weren't last year, and we're creating a lot of opportunities. I mean, we scored 9 goals. I think it was off 16 shots or something like that. So the efficiency rate is there as well, which is really pleasing because you want your team to be able to do that.
We got really good at getting the ball wide and serving it in. I know we didn't get on the end of every single one, but it's something we've been working on a lot, and I think we executed it really well today.
We had a lot of hard games coming into this, the Spring Arbor game right before this. So with that win, we have a lot of excitement from that, but we have to keep our heads up, and every game you never know what's going to happen. So we have Madonna next game, so we have to kind of look past this win to work even harder next game and beat Madonna and just keep beating every team.
Head women's lacrosse coach Marianne Meltzer is one of the most successful coaches in LTU history. With incredible work ethic and determination, she has led the program to 4 national tournament appearances and 3 WAC championships in just 4 seasons.
I played at Maryland. I was very fortunate that a kid from the Midwest was able to play at a big-time school on the East Coast, and I actually got to play. From there, I was fortunate to play on the U.S. team for 5 years. So pretty much how I got to LTU was through Alyssa Shaver. I had coached and recruited Alyssa to Detroit. She ended up here, and I think one of the things is they wanted to get the program to the next level, and I think she felt that I could help them get there. And she called me right away when the position was open and said, "You need to apply." And so I did, and here I am 4 years later.
Meltzer has had great team success since she arrived, but how she develops players is remarkable. With 11 total All-Americans, 8 of which were first team, 1 NAIA Offensive Player of the Year, and 1 Newcomer of the Year under her tutelage, we asked about her recruiting philosophy.
I think what I try to look for is the type of student athlete is work ethic. If they have good work ethic both on and off the field, I think they'll be successful here. Also athleticism. There's so many recruits out there, or so many college programs out there recruiting the same kids. Try to think outside the box a little bit. Might look at the student athletes that might be able to transition well into lacrosse. So definitely try to do that more, but I think the big thing is just their work ethic.
As a top 10 team every year, the program's consistency remains highly important, especially while facing adversity of being a young team. MA, however, knows what it takes and is ready to continue to earn their spot.
They're motivated, and I think having that, if they're motivated, that's going to help the freshmen as they come in. You know, in the past, nothing was ever given to us, but at the same time, I think everyone just, especially my student athletes, just kind of expected, we'll be there. Well, no, it takes a lot of work, regardless, and almost it's harder because we have a bullseye on our chest that, especially in the conference, people want to, beat us, and even nationally. Yeah, the program has been successful, and even looking back and evaluating the things that I've done is, maybe we need more structure. We are young, and hopefully as the season goes on, we can build upon those once we go into tournament time.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Daniela Bruce out here at Blue Devils Stadium where LTU took on St. Francis this weekend. You're going to want to stick around for all of those highlights, so stay here. We'll be right back.
I love working with money and making big decisions, so I'm majoring in finance and economics at Lawrence Tech. I'm also here for the amazing professors who truly care about my future. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
Southfield truly is the ideal place to live, work, and play.
Well, it's a very exciting time in the city of Southfield. Great neighborhoods, great city services, and Fortune 500 companies. Southfield has something for everyone.
Recognized as Michigan's premier business address, home to world-class educational institutions, voted one of the nation's most livable metro area suburbs.
Southfield is the center of it all.
State Champs High School Sports Show is Southeast Michigan's home for football highlights. State Champs High School Sports Show. Your teams, your games, your highlights.
You do know you want a contest to spend the whole day with me, right?
Mm-hmm. That was the best day ever!
Now get a meal deal to fit any budget at the home of flavored crust.
Hungry?
Howie's!
We are the LTU dance team, and welcome back to the LTU Sports Report. Go Blue Devils!
Time for LTU Blue Devils trivia. What year was Lawrence Tech founded?
1932, duh.
The correct answer is 1932. How many athletic teams does Lawrence Tech have?
50. 5. 5. Okay, a little more than 5. 10. Yeah, 10. That's what I thought. Okay, so wait, we got 11. 25. 12.
LTU has 30 varsity teams. What is the LTU athletics motto?
You know this, you're a bowler.
You know
the athletic motto? We have an athletic motto too. Blue Devils Dare? That's right. Let's go. What do I win?
Blue Devils Dare is LTU's athletic motto. Thanks for playing.
Back at home in Blue Devil Stadium was the LTU football team after taking a trip to Olivet Nazarene last week. The boys were now ready to battle on their turf against the Fighting Saints from St. Francis, Illinois. After a couple quick touchdowns from St. Francis, the Blue Devils needed to make a play. And doing just that was freshman Christian Clark Broaden taking the kickoff down the sideline to the Saints' 30-yard line. That would help set up a 9-yard pitch and catch as Tyler Kolka finds his tight end CJ Thompson wide open for the touchdown. LTU would make the PAT and cut the lead to just one score headed into the second quarter. LTU driving again down the field early in the second. Kolka gives the freshman running back Ben Britton, who slips a tackle and picks up 15 yards to the Saints' 5. 2 plays later, it would be the other workhorse out of the backfield, Makai Otero, taking it out wide and into the end zone completely untouched for 6. The sophomore ties the game up at 14 apiece. St. Francis able to punch it in another 2 scores before the LTU special teams would answer back again. This time it's sophomore James Cartwright finding a seam and exploiting it for a big 60-yard return. And just like last time, it would pay off as Kolka drops back, escapes the pocket, and fires for Thompson, who makes a great grab in the back of the end zone for the TD. LTU cuts the deficit to 7 but would trail 34-20 at the half. Opening plays of the second half and the Blue Devils were putting together a solid drive. On 1st and 10, Kolka hits Thompson over the middle for a big gain, but the ball pops out. Luckily, Cartwright is quick to pick it up and he finishes it off by taking it the rest of the way in for 6. Unfortunately, St. Francis would run away with the game after that as they would find the end zone 3 more times to capture the win. LTU drops a tough one 55-27 to a solid St. Francis team and will look to get back to full strength with the bye week coming up.
Coach Drew was just talking to us, just keep getting in shape. We got to just learn faster, and that's kind of what we're doing right now. Keep our heads up. We're going to face adversity, and sometimes it's easy to get down on yourself, and we just got to learn not to do that, and I think we're going to be great.
Just execution, that's all it was about, focused on one play at a time, one drive at a time, and not looking forward. So just staying one play at a time and just executing. I think once we do that and we continue to do that consistently, we will continue to, stay ahead of the chains and, get the results that we want.
The ladies were not holding back as Hill lets off a cannon shot that is blocked but would fall just in front of the Warrior net, and Dalia Jarosik is there to tap it in for the goal. The freshman phenom and last week's WAC Defensive Player of the Week puts LTU up 3-0.
Coming this week in LTU Athletics. Kicking off the month of October is the women's volleyball team who hosts Madonna at home. Game starts at 7 p.m. Men's soccer faces U of M Dearborn under the lights at 7 p.m. On Thursday the 3rd, men's soccer returns to the Blue Devils Stadium to face Northwood at 6 p.m. On Friday the 4th, men's golf begins their tournament against Cornerstone through Saturday. In an action-packed Saturday, the men's tennis team travels to Lima, Ohio for the UNOH tournament. Baseball starts a weekend tournament at Miami Hamilton through Sunday. Both men's and women's soccer have home matchups against Concordia. The men play at 4:30 and the women play at 7:30. Rounding out the week for LTU Athletics is women's volleyball, who travels to Ann Arbor to take on 4 WAC opponents. For more information on games, times, and locations, please visit the LTU Athletics website.
Thank you all for watching this week's episode of the LTU Sports Report. Be sure to tune in every Monday at 4:30 p.m. on Fox Sports Detroit to stay up to date with the award-winning institution, Lawrence Tech.
And if you're more of an on-the-go type of person, that's fine. You can keep up with us on social media at LTU Athletics on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for everything LTU.
On behalf of all of us here at Lawrence Tech, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
LTU Sports Report is brought to you by Varsity Brands, elevating student experiences in sport, spirit, and achievement. The City of Southfield, the center of it all. Michigan First Credit Union, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.